Welcome in. I'm Paxton Boyd. He is Jason Pugh. We have now reached the final week of the high school football regular season. The stakes could not be higher as teams prepare for one last playoff push.
Yeah, that's right, Paxton. Some teams here in Palm Beach County, the Treasure Coast, they would extend their seasons with a win, and some teams, well, their seasons would come to an end. We've got you all covered on the latest right here on Football Night in South Florida Overtime.
And we begin with our Football Night in South Florida game of the week. Lots of star power on the field tonight as we head out to Wellington. Amon Richards on hand tonight, taking in his little brother's senior night. Of course, Mark Anthony Richards in Wellington hosting the #2 Atlantic Eagles. We begin in the first quarter. The Eagles go right to work. Kalani Ilimaliota drops back, launches this ball to the end zone, and Javon Jackson is there to haul it in. Atlantic would go for the 2-point conversion. They lead it 8-0. Later in the first, the Eagles handed off to Henry Bryant, the defensive lineman, the big man, finding the end zone for the Teddy. Atlantic up 14-0. So now we go to the second quarter. We go to the Eagles, not letting their foot off the gas. Ilimaliota to Jackson yet again. It's a 3-touchdown lead for Atlantic. They dance their way all over Wellington. #2 Eagles win this one big. They spoil the Wolverines senior night 42-3, your final score. And of course at halftime, Wellington honored former Wolverine star Amon Richards, retiring his #2 jersey. While starring at Wellington, Richards was named a U.S. Army All-American. He won the Lou Groza Player of the Year award, and he was named to the ESPN 1063 Top 63 list. All that before committing to Miami at UM. Richards broke the school's all-time freshman receiving record, previously held by Michael Irvin. But earlier this season, his promising career cut short. It came to a screeching halt when he was forced to give up football after suffering a career-ending neck injury.
I mean, it just felt great, man. I was just reminiscing while I was up there, like, all the hard work, to try and make a difference in the school, paid off. And then for them to, retire my jersey, it just meant the world to me, and it's something I wanted to do. And, that was one of my goals, try and go to the NFL and, hopefully have my jersey retired. And just for everything to happen and then, to them to show this kind of support this way, it just meant a lot, so.
Nice job of the Wellington High School football program there. Amon definitely deserves that honor. Elsewhere tonight, it was a wet one out in Jensen Beach. They're still trying to find their way into the postseason. We'll pick it up in the second quarter. Dylan Duchesne out of the pocket. He finds Terrence Wilson for a 12-yard strike. The PAT is no good. It's a 6-0 Jensen Beach lead. Later on in the second quarter, Dre Dames back to return this punt, and Dames, he's going to the house. 90 yards the other way, 13-0 Jensen Beach. They're on top now, and that one is definitely worth a celebration.
Solid football name.
Yeah, solid football name.
Dre Dames.
I like it. Third quarter, Jamari Christie. He's going to stay with the ball here. How about that Jensen Beach defense coming away with the interception? They're up 16-0 at this point. They would go on to win 30-0. They'll find out on Sunday if they do make the postseason or not.
West Palm Beach, where the Cardinal Newman Crusaders trying to punch their playoff ticket with a win over West Boca. Late in the second quarter, Crusaders defenders all over Bulls QB Max Mazur. It's Eric Clark coming up with a sack, and Newman goes into the half leading 24-15. Third quarter now, fourth down for the Crusaders. Ethan DiBernardino hits Richard Vincent to keep this drive going, and then 2 plays later, Jason Martin gets the handoff, pummels into the end zone, and the Crusaders go up 31-15 at that point, and it just so happens that would be your final score. Crusaders win.
Out in Royal Palm Beach, the Wildcats trying to avoid a winless season. Seminole Ridge, they were trying to do enough to sneak into the playoffs. We go out to Royal Palm Beach High School, the Wildcats. Well, not a good start for them. That Seminole Ridge defense, Kevin Lenardis picks it off, tipped in the air, and he's going to take this one all the way. It's a 6-0 game, Seminole Ridge. Later on, second quarter action now. It's junior running back Corey Polk. He takes the handoff, finds the end zone. Hawks go up 13-0 right before halftime. It's still a 13-0 game, and this time it's Ethan Foreman in from 1 yard out. Seminole Ridge, they're up 20-0. They would go on to win by a final score of 32-0, blanking Royal Palm Beach.
Miles Levine on hand for senior night. The injured Spanish River player supporting his teammates as they take on Forest Hill. Falcons running back Anthony Horn Jr. in for the touchdown for Forest Hill. Then Sharks QB Connor Tribby drops back. That ball is tipped. It's picked off by Brian Jones, and the Falcons, they go on to win this one 49-5, but nonetheless a special night and moment for the Sharks football team and their teammate Miles Levine.
All right, some other scores from around the area tonight. Palm Beach Central, they finish off their season strong, defeating John I. Leonard 52-0. They're 9-1. The Broncos finish on the season. They're heading to the playoffs with a ton of momentum. The Park Vista Cobras also get the victory tonight, defeating Palm Beach Gardens 20-13. They finish their season 8-3. They hope to grab that last and final playoff spot in Class 8A, Region 3. Just 13 miles separate Pahokee High School from Glade Central High School. Tomorrow night, they'll be much closer. The 2018 Muck Bowl will put the Blue Devils against the Raiders. Last year's game needed overtime to decide a winner. Both these teams are destined for the postseason. The bragging rights might mean more than a state championship in this game. For a game that has included Hall of Famers, Super Bowl MVP, and plenty of NFL Pro Bowlers, it's pretty simple to explain how big of a contest this truly is.
Only thing I can really compare the Muck Bowl to is the Super Bowl. So it means a lot. So like it's our area Super Bowl and like around the surroundings. So Muck Bowl is a really big game.
All right, so a big game tomorrow out in Pahokee, the Muck Bowl. Do you want to make any predictions?
Should we?
I'll take Pahokee just because they're at home. Even though we know Glade Central's tough, both teams have played a great, tough individual schedules. I'm going to go with the Blue Devils just because they're at home.
All right. Well, if you're going to go with Pahokee, I'm going to go with Glade Central. Can't have too much turmoil picking a winner in a game when the stakes are that high.
Now, since it is the final week of the high school football season, as we get ready for the postseason here in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast, which teams, are there teams that you think have the best chance of making a state championship run? Who do you see around this area going the deepest in the playoffs?
You got to love what Atlantic has been doing, and they definitely flexed their muscles over a very solid Wellington team tonight. Of course, upset in the playoff last year, that championship game against Dr. Pepper, so they'd love that rematch there. Got to love what Vero Beach is doing. They are a well-oiled machine at this point in the season. They can keep that rolling for as long as they want to, you would imagine. Yeah,
I have to agree with you about Atlantic. They certainly look determined after falling in the state championship last year. Ton of talent for T.J. Jackson and that squad. Well, I would pick Dwyer, but, you know, they play in the same class as St. Thomas Aquinas, and we know what kind of powerhouse they are. But some really good teams. I'm really looking forward to the postseason this year. That's going to do it for us. Thanks so much for watching Football Night in South Florida Overtime. We'll have your Muck Bowl coverage tomorrow night on WPTV News Channel 5. And let us not forget about the Shula Bowl taking place as well. I'm Jason Pugh. He's Paxton Boyd. For everyone here at ESPN 106.3 and WPTV News Channel 5, have a great night and a great weekend, everyone.